Did I ever talk to you guys about fast traveling? Like when I was playing Fallout 4?
No.
You might have, because I might have told my story about how I didn't know fast traveling was a thing when I played Skyrim.
Oh, yeah. No. There's a lot of people who didn't know. Somebody else didn't know that fast traveling was a thing in Skyrim.
You're being laughed at.
And walked
I know.
everywhere. Patrick's laughing at you. Too,
I
so
I
he
spent a
knows bad.
lot of time walking around in Skyrim.
I don't think you told your.
So
fast travel thing.
I was playing Fallout 4, in the middle of playing Fallout 4, and I did this thing where I like fast traveled to some like estates, like it was like a little neighborhood. And when I came out of fast travel, I was like literally in the middle of a fight. I was fighting, and all this stuff happens sometimes where you come out of fast travel and you're right in the middle of a fight. There's super mutants, and they were fighting the Brotherhood of Steel. And I like shot up. I actually think I have a clip from it too. I shot all these super mutants and everything. Fought for like 3 or 4 minutes. Then the Brotherhood of Steel were there, and I was still pretending like I was friends with them, so I didn't mess with them. But then I thought,
Pretending you were friends with them in a video game.
that's
Yeah, man, I'll come to your
very
birthday.
story of my life. Yeah, it's like they would text me and I wouldn't text back for like an hour. But I thought I fast traveled to that battle and I won the battle. But what did that look like from the perspective of the people in that battle, like in that world? What does it like? Did I just appear out of nowhere and then just start mowing shit down? Did I come running in super fast like
I
the
think
Flash?
what happened is you walked up at a normal pace, just like dazed,
Totally not
like
paying
glass-eyed,
attention.
and then you were like,
Yeah, that's exactly how I picture fast travel as well. It was like-
It's really just the same
time-
travel, but you get to ignore it. So it's like putting in headphones.
Right.
And the dude just wandered in the middle of a battle, and everyone's going, is this guy, okay, I guess he's not going to shoot. And then he like all of a sudden goes, huh? And then starts shooting everybody around.
I always pictured it like a pop-in. Like all of a sudden you're there. Like you got dropped in from
because time
above.
passes, like
Yeah.
you said. You think the NPCs are like, just don't worry. I've seen this before. Sometimes they just keep going and they're not going to do anything, and you pop away. You're like, oh fuck, not this time.
If he makes it past that clock tower, then we know he's not stopping here because it's always
just
a
wanna
spot
know-
where you stop. So you're fine.
What?
so we should just like
Okay.
slosh it around, and then it'll be clean.
It'll be totally clean.
Although bits of nose dust would fall into the
No.
way.
Nose
Dust.
dust.
When I got you with the shoe the other day, the Kung shoe, when I
Yeah.
came up to the studio after getting on a plane and stood right there, I want to talk about how good a shot that was because Gus has his laptop and his mic.
You threaded a
and I
needle.
made it through the gap.
Yeah, and you were like at an angle too. You weren't right in front of us.
No, I was off to the side. It came right by Gus. Gus doesn't even react. The shoe just goes straight by him. And God, if that microphone had been moved,
It would have hit the middle of my face.
it would have just like right smack in your mouth and nose.
It would have been full of like airplane shoe too. like not just normal
Like,
shoe.
I think I got all the gammy foot dust anyway, but it would have like smeared
You
on
said
my face.
Foot dust. What is the foot dust? Like the foot
For example,
leavings that came
take
out
your
here?
shoes off and slam them together.
Oh,
There's gonna be some dust.
That's shoe dust though, not foot dust.
Same
Is it?
deal.
Yeah.
what shoe goes in your foot? Foot's a location.
What?
Yeah, but the dust
That's
is on
hand
the
dust,
shoe. The
not
dust is
glove
not on the
dust.
foot. If you slap your feet together, you're not gonna have dust fly off of them.
Do it. I bet. Let's backlight that shit. You got foot dust.
Where do you think the dust comes from?
Probably just dead skin.
The shoe, it's dust that falls on the shoe.
Oh, it's like dirt. You know, dust is human skin, right?
Do you not ever walk around with just socks?
Yeah, all
You
the
got
time.
dust.
Barbara, you didn't
Yeah,
know that?
but that's on the socks, not my
All
feet.
dust is just human skin.
Dust is what percentage human skin? 95% human
Something
skin?
like that. Yeah.
When
I
you
didn't-
see like
I knew
dust,
it
and you're
was
like
part.
when you're like rubbing your hand over stuff, and it's like the dust.
Yeah.
That's you shedding.
But when you're in like a really old attic and it's full of dust and there hasn't been humans in there for
It's spider skin.
Do
Do you think you could take?
I don't believe that.
What percentage of dust is human skin?
But then how do you explain the dust of like all the places that are abandoned?
Usually 70 or 80%.
But
Then it's just 20%.
is it
of everything else.
ghost skin?
Ghost.
Whoa, Scoob.
Do you think you could collect your lifetime supply of dust? Say you're 50. You take all of your personal dust. Could you make a pile big enough to save your life if you jumped off the roof of a building?
Sure.
You human dust?
And you could save your own life with your own body.
No.
Yeah.
Cushioning.
You absolutely could.
How
That
tall
would
is
be
the
cool.
building?
I think I assume you mean like single story, like jumping off the roof of a house.
Like jumping off the roof of the hangar.
Then you could say I could survive
I,
an 80-foot fall with nothing more than my body.
yeah.
Yeah, and they would. You would be
It's
right.
like a little trick.
It's like a.
It's like a bar trick.
30-year trick.
It's a,
but
it's a
yeah,
long play.
It's a big commitment.
Just do the superhero landing. You're good to go.
Did you hear about the dude who cracked the knuckles in one hand his whole life and not the other?
Oh, yeah.
To prove that didn't cause arthritis?
It's a hero.
And
I guess that must have been like around for a long time.
It must have been
He was fine.
so dissatisfying for the other hand. Like when I've popped a finger on this hand, I'm like, I'm gonna do it. On the
yeah,
other.
but usually if you don't crack your joints, you don't desire it on that part. Like people who
I don't
get
know, I like symmetry. It's like when someone.
Yeah, I don't worry about that. Like if I crack my middle finger, I don't have to crack my middle finger on my other hand.
Have you ever been getting rubs where they like move down one arm or like on your hand and they're like
Like a massage?
yeah.
Why did you say it's rubs?
And you're like
'Cause he's a
halfway
cat.
through the hand one.
I call it rubs too.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Rubs. And like the person's halfway through your hand, and because you know your other hand's coming up, you're like, all right, finish up on this hand. Let's get to the other hand. I wanna feel the
Right.
same thing.
Do you
on
ever
my
get your
other-
feet massaged?
No,
Have you ever not? Never
I
had
haven't.
your
I
feet
don't go
massaged?
for rubs often. I've been like once or twice.
You know it feels
I just
real
saw
good?
you in like a photo with Meg. Like you guys were like getting pedicures or something.
Pedicures? No, we got rubs.
Is that what you're going to do?
Uh-huh.
Get rubs?
It was like a birthday spa thing that I got.
a birthday spa thing.
Birthday spa. But whenever someone pulls on your toes and
Yes.
it's like almost to the point of cracking, doesn't that feel so good?
No, I want the crack. The full.
But even just the pull.
Do you ever think it
Feels
would
good.
feel good if
Feels good,
someone
man.
tied little strings to all of your toes and then you were hung upside down by it?
What?
What?
Like it would just be like it'll pull them real good.
It'd feel good for like half a second when they crack, and then you're like, ow.
Do you not think they would support your weight?
I don't know.
If you had, okay, let's assume you weigh 150 pounds.
Okay, let's assume
you
I weigh
have-
150 pounds,
I'm
everybody.
looking at Gavin. I think it's a fair estimate. And you have 10 toes, and you divide the weight evenly. Would that be 15 pounds of weight
Oh
per
no,
toe?
your toes can totally. Your toes and your fingers are the same thing.
Well, it's not. It's like the big one will take care of a lot of pounds. The little one, not so
Imagine
much.
your pinky toe carrying 15 pounds.
I think if you tied individually to each toe and hung me like a bat, I could stay that way without a toe falling off.
You're going to break your toes.
I think what I'd do is
Maybe-
I'd clench them up, so I'd be like doing little toe pull-ups.
Yeah, but
It
I
would
don't
just
know.
like, it would squeeze all the blood in your toes. and
it would
probably,
cut
like,
the circulation.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
the
I mean,
word
it
I
probably
was
wouldn't be
looking for.
pleasant. but-
Squeeze your blood.
I've always been kind of like freaked out about how strong my hands are versus other parts of my body.
Gavin?
No, but look, your hand is like there's no like muscle on your hand. Like if you go to the gym and you
So
work
there's no
out,
muscle on your hand.
there's not much. I mean, tiny. Like I can't flex my hands. and
All
make-
of this, there's all like muscles everywhere. Look at
No,
that.
no, I have muscles that let me move my hand, but I can hold my entire body weight with my fingers. Like I can like grab a ledge and hold myself. You never think about your grip.
But a lot of that's coming from your arm muscle, isn't it?
If I'm hanging by my fingers, right? Like if I'm just like pulling myself, I'm not saying like my fingers like totally lift me up, but when I go to lift myself up, it's all that. But I have to maintain my grip with my hand. Even when you're working out at the gym, if you build your bicep up to where you're doing like curls with a 60-pound weight, your biceps gets enormous, but your hands are holding that 60-pound weight. They have that grip on it as well. It's just amazing to me how strong like your hands are, and you don't think about it. 'Cause
So are there hand workouts you could do to make your hands
they
stronger?
got those little
There's-
squeezy
there's a little
things.
grip. Yeah.
But isn't that your forearm?
Yeah, that goes down into your forearm, right?
It's
It's
just
like a displaced.
Do you not think your feet are strong for holding your body up the whole time?
That's what started the conversation. Is that your hands, your toes, and your fingers are the same thing? So I'm sure your toes can
probably
support
hold
you.
you
Yeah.
They support you all day long anyway. You're fucking run on them.
Yeah.
at full speed.
I'm not hanging off them though.
Nah,
I get
that's
the
true.
opposite effect at the gym, actually. I have
You have tiny hands.
no. I always notice how weak my grip strength is because I could physically lift something, but I can't hold on to the bars. Like my hands aren't strong enough to hold up the bar, but I could physically lift it. It's very weird.
How do you know that you can lift it if you can't hold it?
Because my
You're
hand
like,
starts.
You palming it.
My muscles don't get sore, but my hand gets sore
Your hands get sore where?
on the wrist and on the fingers.
Like on your wrist, they get sore
Yeah.
specifically. I did think there's one exercise I do where one of my wrists would click every time I did the rep, and I was like, "Yikes, that's not good."
Yikes.
Like it wasn't even a click; it was like a click and a shift. It kept, like something in there.
Like
was
you're out of
moving.
alignment.
It is fun to like
Like a
isolate
disc.
parts of your body and try and use them though. Like I once tried to walk around my house using just this part,
Just what?
just my
Gavin
lower
is
leg.
pointing from his knee to his ankle.
Like, did you ever see that video where I was like walking around? I was lying down, but my legs were walking me around, like dragging me around.
I see.
I don't think I've seen that one.
I know what you're saying. I have not seen that video, but I think
I did
know
like
what
a
you're
lap of my house. It's tiring.
So what?
saying. You were in a dream I had the other night.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sexy.
I had a dream that I was at home, and there was a knock on my door.
I don't go to your house.
It wasn't you.
I don't even know where you live.
It was the cleaning lady.
I literally don't even know where you live. Do you know where I live?
No.
We're terrible friends.
It was the cleaning lady from here at the studio was at my front door knocking on the door, and I let her in, and she said, you need to help me. Burnie's trying to kill me.
Yep.
And I said, what?
Does it really
and she
happen,
said,
actually?
he's outside right now. And I looked out the window into the driveway, and you were parked in your car, and you went like this to me, except you were actually shooting.
I was?
With his hand?
Yeah. And so I was like,
I like the idea of him just standing there, like, just.
yeah, like totally calm. Like, not like me. You were just like in your car, like. And I was like, and then I woke up and I was like, what the fuck was that about?
It means watch your back is all that means.
But it's just weird that it was you and the cleaning lady, and you were trying to kill her,
She's warned
and she
you.
came to my house. I was like,
How often do you dream about people from work?
almost never.
What night was it?
You're trying to relate it to
It
what
might
you
have been
were
like Thursday night or Wednesday
Thursday. It
night.
was during the week.
Yeah.
So you probably had seen me that day. Like if he had this
Maybe.
stream on Sunday night, Gavin, I would not have seen him for 2 full days. I'm
Yeah,
really
that'd
on
be
his
weird.
mind at that point.
Do you remember when you left those shells at the Ramses house
Yeah.
while I was staying there?
Why did I have those?
I don't know.
Must have been immersion, right?
No.
No,
you
that
were just
was-
loving your shotgun at that point. You're like, let's go fire the shotgun. You want to fire the shotgun again? Let's go, shotguns. And then you would have your shells.
What you're saying makes no sense at all.
You just said
Gus, do you
shotgun a
remember
whole
this
bunch.
period of time?
Nope,
When
no
I was
memory
in
of this.
love with my shotgun?
I just kept seeing your shotgun on that trip.
What in the world? We shot. I've never gone to fire my gun ever, except for immersion. Like literally, I went and fired it once with Gus, and I made him show me how to clean. I didn't grow up with guns,
I forgot about that.
and
yeah,
I had him. I didn't make you. I asked you to show me how to clean it the next day because I literally had never fired it. I don't think I've ever fired that gun outside of the zombie immersion shoot.
Well, you're wrong.
So, but
I mean,
can't-
I fired your shotgun at Red.
where did you fire it?
The shooting range, Red's shooting range.
Oh yeah, we did go to
Story
the shooting
checks out.
range.
Maybe that. Okay, that's what it was. We took you guys to the shooting range. That's what it was. I've never been to Reds outside of that either. Just so you know, never have done it.
That's where we filmed them, right?
We filmed them shooting.
Yeah, that's right.
What did you say?
Nothing.
Don't talk about that.
What happened to
But
that?
yeah, anyway, you left shells, and then
What happened?
I didn't hear.
I'll tell you after.
Oh. We were with somebody. It was Ben King, and he cried. Is that what you're gonna say? He cried about all the guns. He
don't know
was
if
a lot
it was-
younger than it.
don't know if he was
Is that what
crying
you were
about-
talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Exactly
gonna
what
not.
I was talking about. No,
gonna
it's
not
'cause-
mention that.
It's because he was leaving the next day. I think he was sad.
It was a lot of
It
emotions.
wasn't because of the shotgun.
There was a lot of emotions. I mean, I saw Ben. It's so cool to see Ben. I saw him at South by Southwest, and it's just like it's crazy to have known someone that long, you know. And he's had so many different jobs and everything. I think he's working at the BBC now.
Wow.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Was he bevved off his arsehole like he usually is?
No, not at
No.
all.
It's disappointing.
It was like 11:30 in the morning, so not that unusual. I'm gonna get a territory here where I'm gonna get over my head
Oh,
really
God.
quickly.
You
Oh,
gonna
God.
talk
But I
about
saw
crystals?
a GIF or GIF, depending on your
GIF.
GIF.
particular
Graphic.
GIF.
GIF.
way that you pronounce that
GIF.
word. I saw one of those moving images on the internet, and it was of I don't know what the practice is called. but
Sounding.
Is that where you
Is
take
it
the
sounding?
rod and put it down the piece? Did you see the video where the girls lost it? Two
What?
girls putting a metal rod down the urethra of a dude's erect
It's
penis.
called sounding.
It's
Don't
sounding.
Look it up.
And I don't know what is it. I don't know what it's done. Am I missing out on something here, Barb? What does it do? Anyway, so the rods, I guess, are different diameters, Gus, to fit in different diameter urethras. And the girl was like, where her hands lubricated, she started to lose it. And then the other one tried to help, and it just disappeared. It went down in. It was gone. It was like, you know when you have a straw and you have an extra large cup, and then they can go in like too far, and then you're not getting the straw back out? That's what happened, except with a dude's penis. So
Oh.
we lost Gavin for the day.
Yeah,
Did you see that? Where did we see that GIF?
It was
Where-
on Reddit.
Was it on Reddit?
I was gonna
That
ask
was
you.
horrifying.
It must be one of those subreddits I unsubscribed from.
I have no idea what it feels like to be sounded, but I could immediately go, oh God, that seems like a horrible
Even me,
situation.
like my vagina is like this right now. It's like even this idea of something like, ugh. Because I've seen a lot of things get stuck in holes before.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. That's a quote. That's a T-shirt quote.
Well, like buttholes and vagina holes and
And stuff gets stuck.
yeah, like have you never seen a video or a GIF of someone getting a butt plug put in and then
It just gets lost.
they accidentally go too far and then it's like where
Yeah, that's like you go to
How-
the hospital and you can't get that out on your own.
or you just push.
If you're lucky, you can push it out. But most of the time, we're talking about other holes. You're fine now. Gav.
Buttholes?
Yeah.
Buttholes.
Fair play.
Gav's fine.
That's open season.
I will send Gav the. But you gotta see though, the best part about it is the look on the girls' faces where they're just like, It's like, hey, Oh, do you guys have the image?
Do not, do not, no, do not. They
No,
will
that's
not.
definitely
Don't
not-
play that one.
definitely
Don't play
not
that one.
safe.
Anyway, so that was something I don't know what that felt like, but I could still sympathize with that dude.
Even you saying felt like makes me like.
I gotta know what that's all about, though. I'm curious now.
What, like the feeling?
Yeah, what's that? They're
Give
doing
me
it for a
shots.
reason.
Maybe it's the best feeling in the world. Maybe we're missing out. Like maybe it's like, oh my god, I can't believe I lived all my life so far without sticking a metal rod up my
Dude,
dick.
after reading the guy's thing with the prostate and the drumstick,
right.
I actually was like, I was like, the next morning, I'm like shaving, I'm looking in the mirror, going, is this everything? I was like, had an existential moment, like I was missing out on something huge.
Oh my god.
Is this everything?
Is this it? Is this as good as it gets? But I know there's some stuff I know for a fact that people fucking love that I know I would hate.
Right.
Have you ever seen the thing
Chicken
where like,
liver.
No, I'm talking sexual stuff.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever seen the thing where the people like they like put themselves between two sheets of latex and then
Oh.
pull all the air out?
Yeah.
What is that? What?
Did they put like a breathing tube in there?
Have you seen it?
Oh yeah.
They look like they're shrink
I've
wrapped.
seen all this shit,
See,
Burnie.
that sounds cool.
It seems strangely satisfying.
Does
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Seems horrifying to me.
I like being compressed and wrapped.
Why?
Like I'm like the opposite of claustrophobic. I love being like tucked up like
Yeah,
a cat.
but being like curled up in a blanket all like tight and stuff is way different than being like suctioned with latex.
I know. I feel like the squish around all like it'd be nice.
Oh,
It'd be like being
God,
like
no.
an
Do we just
all over
uncover a
hug.
fetish?
No, no.
It's not like I don't think it's nice sexually. It's just like I like being wrapped up.
The worst is, and I was talking about this earlier, is when there's like a sneeze guard and people point over the guard at what they want.
Dude, I went to
It's like-
Bert's the other day. She had one hand on the plexiglass and her entire arm was over. She was doing
Yeah,
this.
I want this. Oh, is there no word for lettuce? Do we not have a fucking common language you can speak? You don't have to fucking point
To be
at it.
fair, they have a lot of kinds of lettuce at that restaurant. There's like 3 different kinds of
I'm
lettuce.
with Burnie on this. There's like if you go to any restaurant that has multiple types of everything, you don't know what everything's called
Learn your
necessarily.
lettuce. Romaine.
They ask you, do you want
Iceberg.
spring mix?
They- what
Iceberg?
if they don't ask you?
It's
Shredded?
funny that you know it's called spring mix because I ran into the same thing. I was like, I want whatever that one is in the back. But I didn't reach over the fucking thing.
You know what they should do? Number them. I want some 2 and some 9.
Also,
And a squirt of 3.
And people just shouldn't reach over that fucking thing.
also, you know
It should
people
go to the
shouldn't do?
ceiling.
It happens at Mod Pizza. It happens at Chipotle. It happens at everywhere. Fucking Subway.
I
I'm
tell
sick
my
of it.
kids this at a very early age, and I don't know why most people don't know this. And that is, if you're out anywhere, don't touch the fucking glass. It doesn't matter what it is.
Mm-hmm.
If it's glass and you're not drinking out of it, don't fucking touch it. Don't fucking put your hands on the glass to open the door. Don't, when you're like at the donut shop, put your fucking greasy finger on the glass going, I want that one with the chocolate. You know, just don't do that stuff.
Great imitation
Don't-
of your
Thanks,
kids.
buddy. That was me, actually, before I had kids.
chocolate one.
Give me the chocolate. But
So there's no glass. There's no public glass that should be touched.
yeah, because then it's somebody's job to fucking clean
I'm
it.
with Bernie. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, you don't need to touch it. You don't need to touch glass. Don't put your hands all over the fucking mirror.
Now I want to. Now I have a
When you're in the
compulsion to
bathroom?
touch all glass.
When people go to like the butcher shop and they're looking at all the meat in the glass case, they're not fucking touching the glass, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I want the ribeye or I want the ribs.
Everybody now has a glass front smartphone. Everybody has that. You know how disgusting that gets
Yeah.
so quickly. And you're not cleaning it half the time. You know, you're just like going days before you wipe that fucking thing off.
Yeah.
But it's somebody's job every time somebody puts their fucking fingers on glass. Just teach your people around you. Don't fucking touch glass.
Black glass is the worst.
What?
Black glass.
Black glass is pretty
Black
bad.
glass.
I get so mad. There's two
I have
things.
black countertops, and I kind of regret that I have black.
Are they like
countertops.
glossy black?
Yeah, but they got flex in it. You know, it's a little pattern so that you can
Oh, fleck.
flex, like
not
flex. Yeah.
Counter.
Yeah, my counter's flexing its guns.
Cut on me,
There's
baby.
two things I hate
I'm so
seeing
cut.
people touch: computer displays,
Yes.
and windows on a car.
People reach over your like shoulder and touch your laptop screen.
I'm like, what are you doing?
That was something I had.
Car windows on the inside.
Also, shut the door by the door. Don't put your fucking hand on the
Yeah.
door to shut the
Yeah, you're
door.
asking
On the
for a
window.
hole in your hand. But that's what I came to learn
No,
here.
you're not. Just, what? Hole in your hand.
If you slam a glass door, it could smash.
Oh, you could put your...
I like either sleeping in my door or sleeping in the nude.
That's typical.
Yeah.
For some reason, in my mind, most people sleep naked.
Because you sleep naked?
Yeah, it's more comfortable. You're letting everything breathe.
I don't.
What if you just pooed?
I'll tell you
I
something.
don't like wearing clothes because I feel like when I roll over, like I get constricted. Like if my shirt's a little loose or something, like
Yeah.
you roll on it and it like tugs on you and you don't have free motion.
Yeah. Also, just feels good to be like under your covers with
Yeah.
like nothing else.
Like,
Also, what? What if you just pooed?
Yeah, like what if you get poo on your
Do
sheet?
you not wipe your ass after you poo?
Yeah. You know, what if you just have like a bad wipe? A bad wipe job?
Do you not wipe until there's nothing left?
Yeah. But I just feel like there's going to be like butt dust and crumbs and that.
But what's with the dust? Everything is dusty to you. What is it?
Look, have you seen how much dust there is?
What
Everything's
if you have
dusty.
butt crumbs?
Butt dust? I don't think
if
there's
you
butt
have
dust.
Butt crumbs.
Butt crumbs.
No, this happens whenever Dan. There's probably too much information to talk about Dan.
Okay, go ahead.
But
Go,
he has,
go,
he
go.
has like he stays in my guest room. There's a guest bog up there, and on the back of the rim, butt crumbs.
What is that?
And I think what it is that because Dan's all like either completely still or 100%, like when he pees, he's like, psh. I think when he wipes, he goes like, and it like little dust crumbs come up and land on the top of the toilet seat.
Nothing
Do you
that
guys
you're
have to-
describing is a human body to me. I don't know
What
what,
do you mean?
that means. But what are butt crumbs?
Like poo crumbs
Oh, it's
that have just
terrible.
flown off.
That's terrible.
And they didn't come on the paper or anything. They just land on the seat. This little like, you know what I'm talking about?
I can picture it.
Yeah.
Let me tell you
But it's
something.
only on
Let me
the
tell you
upstairs
something.
bog. Yeah.
I'm done talking about this. Conversation's over. I don't want to come back to this conversation. We're done talking about this.
But wait,
You know what I do wish,
do you
though?
have to clean it?
Oh, see? She came right back to it.
I'm just curious.
I heard some employees
I,
complaining about the employee bathroom earlier today.
Yeah.
I complained about it last week.
Oh, right.
It's just too many people.
Yeah.
It's just too many people. We should fire a bunch of people. Solve a lot of problems.
What is the
Parking.
perfect amount of people that should work here, do you think?
10. I'm just kidding.
Go back to the OG. I don't know. Here in this building,
100?
33% of what we have here. It's just we have too many people in this. The problem is that some of our we're in a big sound stage.
Sorry.
What's he literally laughing about?
Becca just tweeted saying that her brother leaves butt crumbs all the time. And I know you didn't want to talk about it anymore.
Fucking out on your
so
brother
it's like
like that.
we've grown at a weird, at
I like
too
it.
great of a scale. Like
Going back to what Barb was talking about sleeping naked. I agree. Thumbs up on sleeping naked. But one thing I want to adopt in my life that I think another culture does better than us is, from what I understand,
Squat poops.
in Japan, it is more customary to take your shower at night before you get into bed and then not shower in the morning. Whereas in the U.S., I feel like mostly people shower in the morning.
Monty always told me that that's the way you should do it because your hair needs oil in it throughout the day. So if you shower at night, you get your oil back for the night, and then in the day you're protected.
I just
by
like
head
showering
oil.
at night because you wake up and you feel so clean and fresh.
Right.
no,
I don't
need,
like-
I need the shower to wake up.
I don't
That's my
like the
problem.
feel.
I need the shower to wake up and then to start my day clean. I don't want to like start interacting with people 8 hours dirty.
Yeah, but you're just sleeping though. You're
Still
not
8 hours dirty.
exerting yourself.
8 hours dirty.
It's so
8
nice.
hours
It's
dirty.
so nice to go to bed after a shower though.
It is.
I hate the feel of the sheets when I've just had a shower.
Dry yourself off.
Yeah,
Why
like,
don't you do anything?
Don't go to bed
before you...
so sopping wet.
Yeah, well,
Thanks
what
for
is...
the fucking advice.
It's the same with
I just walked right out of the shower into my bed.
That's what he's making it sound like.
I dried. It's just like I'm too clean to touch the sheets.
No, you said
It's-
clean or wet.
I'm too like
You said
close to
wet.
being wet.
He did not say wet.
He didn't
He
say wet.
did.
He said he didn't like the way the-
he
I
didn't
don't
like the way
like
the
the feel.
sheets felt.
I also, I don't know if it's similar. I feel the same sort of
came up
like
with wet.
horrible feeling if I
I honestly
empty
do.
Hey,
the,
hey.
if I empty the dishwasher when it's just ended and all the stuff's hot. I can't touch hot glass in the same way. It's like, ugh. So I open the dishwasher and let it all cool down for like 4 hours before I empty it.
It's because it's that like
It's got like a weird grip.
sticky kind of like eek, that
Yeah,
kind of
like
noise.
hot glass, hot clean glass is too grippy.
I'm gonna start a new series where we take life hacks and we compare how long it takes to do the life hack as opposed to actually just doing the regular thing. Like, I was working on my house this weekend and I remembered a life hack where when you're drilling a hole in drywall, you should get a Post-it note and like tear it a little bit and make like a little V shape and put it on the wall right below where you're drilling so it catches all the drywall
long did it
dust.
take you to
That's
find a
actual dust,
Post-it
Gavin,
note?
drywall
Yeah.
dust. And it was like, then I had to go find Post-it notes in my house. Then I was trying to figure out this, like, what's the geometric shape I need to tear to, like, get it going. And I'm like, is this really faster than fucking sweeping?
Just cleaning. Just get a Swiffer and fucking wipe the floor.
2 seconds, it would be done. And it's like, instead, I'm like hunting all over for like 10 or 15 minutes.
I feel like there's something in the human mind that a lot of clickbait titles tap into. Like the one weird trick. You always see that in clickbait titles. Like this one weird trick will save you 20%.
You beat the system. You're beating the system.
Right.
There is one life hack that is tremendous, though.
What is it?
And that is how to fill a bucket with a tap. Because you can't never fit a bucket in your sink because buckets are big.
What's the life hack?
You get a dustpan from a dustpan and brush, and you just shove that under the tap, and the spout where you shove the brush, like funnels it into the bucket, and the bucket's on the floor. It's amazing.
Yeah, no, it's cool. What if you want to drink out of the bucket though later? Then you're like, you have dustpan water.
Yeah, like what if you're gonna sit down to like marathon Breaking Bad? You're like, I'm gonna drink out of this bucket of water, so I don't have to get up and pause.
Got your 5-gallon Home Depot bucket.
Well, like dustpan dust floats, so just put a hose into the bottom of the bucket.
This is the Dust podcast.
Dust doesn't sink.
Does dust float on water?
So, guys, if you ever want to purify water,
Or does
just
dust
wait
float on
and then
lava?
skim the top, and then it's all good. Just
Look at
drink
this.
away.
Look at this. Bloody amazing.
Ah,
You've never seen anything like it.
That's pretty cool.
No,
What?
that's dumb.
smart.
That bucket obviously would fit under that that sink in this scenario.
That smug, go back and look at that guy's smug fucking look on his face at the end of that video. He's like, oh, look at me, I'm gonna fill this bucket with a fucking dustpan. Oh, I thought I'd rock my fucking Vans and my white socks and do that. That's how I roll, bitch. That guy's coming for your girl, dude.
What life hack did he have to cut his own fucking hair?
I'm sure he's a very lovely man.
So is that a life hack channel or is that a life hack show?
I think
What
it was a
that?
channel. Channel.
Wow.
Wow, there's more than one of them.
What is your issue with dust?
We just talked about it a lot.
I don't know
Your
why
whole
you're so angry
podcast
about
is
it.
dust.
There's dust all over our lives all the
But
time.
how many
Butt
times
dust.
can a conversation lead to you talking about dust in one evening? It's been like 5 or 6 times.
You
you've
brought
come
up dust with the dustpan.
I just didn't. I thought you were talking about the dust. Okay, never mind. We're fine.
Okay,
All
we're
right.
good.
I'm good. He's right. It was all me. I brought up dust all night long.
Bernie, why are you obsessed with
It was
dust?
100% my fault.
Dust on the top,
Yeah, butt dust.
grit on the bottom, middle is safe.
You're drinking out of the middle. Is that what you're doing? Gross.
Another one bites the dust.
It's about time to wrap up.